Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Ma, I live in UK, and this is a channel about semi-hydroponics or passive hydroponics, or however you want to call it. Let's say leca. Right, so in this video I wanted to show you how I'm converting a plant into semi-hydroponics. I have a scindapsus here. That was the only thing that I could find to my garden center, which was decent enough, but doesn't matter, we need just a plant. And I have a Euphorbia obtusa here as well, which will be the succulent. So I will tell you how I'm doing conversion in this type of situation, succulent and the normal plant. It's not an exact science, guys. You need to watch your plant. You need to see what your plant wants. And here I will give you just my experience and what is working for me. That doesn't mean it will work for you as well. So please do your research first. Just don't go somewhere and ask someone, this plant is doing fine in hydroponics, and if that person is telling you yes, you go and put that plant into semi-hydroponics. Do a bit of research first, and after that you can't be confident that you can do it. All right, let's see how I'm doing this. Remember, this is my experience for the last 8 years. I have over 300 plants, so you be the judge there. We will take one that doesn't have so much roots, because I have just this plastic cup. I don't have any transparent containers. I use this for my African violets. I don't like to use transparent containers or glasses or things like that, because I get algae. Algae are a pain to remove from the leca and from the glass and from the roots, and plus they eat the nutrients. So I know they are looking pretty, but I don't like them. Anyway, this is for this video. We will take the cup, right? I have here some dry-ish leca, not too dry, but dry enough. I will put just a bit on the bottom of the container, and I'll place the plant. I hope you all can see this. I will place the plant in the middle. Just give it a shake for the roots to fall, if they want to fall. Hold it like that. Add some leca everywhere, usually. I'm adding leca everywhere. Yeah, exactly, everywhere. Give it a good shake, and like that, leca will just fall into place and will cover the roots and that's it. Oh my god, I'm a nightmare. Okay, so we have this. Remember one thing: don't put wet roots and wet leca, and after that add water with nutrients or plain water, or however you are doing the things. If the leca is wet and the roots are wet, leave the plant without any nutrients without any water whatsoever till at least half of the pot is dry. I mean, the leca is dry, because if you add the water here, you will have a 99% chances of root rot, which you don't want that. Okay, so we have this. My roots are dry because I've washed them in the morning. Let them dry. Leca is dry. I will add the water, and I will show you how much water I'm adding for this one. Okay. And see, and by the way, this is water with nutrients. It's not just water, yeah. So for me, this is more than enough for this. And why? I'll tell you why. Because you have the roots really down in the pot, you see? This leca will be really wet. So at the moment that this water will evaporate from here, leca will still be wet in the pot. If the pot is small, leca will dry quicker. If the pot is bigger, leca will dry not so quick, obviously. So even after all this water it's gone, I will not wet this plant. Yes, it is an advantage to have a transparent pot because you can see everything inside. You can see if leca it's wet, you can see if the roots are growing. Yeah, that's true. But for me, I already know when something is wrong with the plant or when she needs watering, so I don't appreciate that much these type of pots. My African violets are appreciating those pots because they are in artificial light, which are not pots, are cups. They are in artificial light, so I don't have any algae with them, so they are fine. But for my other plants, no, I don't want transparent containers for them. Right, so when I will notice that, let's say, half of the leca is dry, I will add the same amount of water. I will add the same amount of water every single time. If the plant is droopy, right, I will add a bit more water, just a bit. I will not go overboard. I'm not putting this 1/3 of the container. I'm not putting water 1/3 of the size of the container ever. I never did that, and I'll never do that because this is working for me. So as you can see, the plant is really floppy. It's floppy because before I transfer a plant into leca, I usually let them dry, bone dry, because it's easier for me to remove the soil, and after that just give it a good rinse and put it into leca. It's easier for me like that. Another thing, don't let all the pot dry. So don't let the farm leca to dry. And why? I will tell you why. Because leca absorbs moisture, and it will absorb the moisture from your roots, and that will kill your plant. So be careful when the reservoir is gone. Watch the leca, because I've seen many of you like the transparent containers, so you can watch the leca if it's damp, wet, or almost dry, so you can add water and you should be fine. What about the succulent? Well, the succulent, same. It's not an exact science. It will not work for all of us the same because we don't live in the same environment. We don't have the same temperature. We don't have the same humidity. We don't have the same anything, actually. So this one, if you see, it has really short roots. Well, in this case, I can't put it all the way down in the pot, right? Because short roots, you know what I mean. So, in this case, I will almost fill the container with leca. Put this little booger on top. I need to put it down so I can put some leca around him. I'm not doing anything else than putting some leca around him. And on the floor, obviously, because, why not? And more on the floor. Yep. Well, I managed to put some in the pot as well. So, I will try to tuck the roots in and to put some leca around him. And underneath this little mushroom, the same thing I'm doing with the plants with Codex, which I have a few on my window, and I will show you just a second. So with this one, I can do more water. So I will put a plastic saucer underneath, and probably I will fill the plastic saucer with water. But he's a succulent. He doesn't need so much moisture. He doesn't need so much water. So at the moment that water will evaporate, and it will not all evaporate in the leca, right? I will leave it like that for a month or two. Now, you can't do the same thing, because if you are living in a really hot climate, that pot probably will dry in 1 or 2 days. Sorry for that. It will dry in 1 or 2 days or 1 week. So you need to really watch your plant, because your plant will tell you what she wants. So if you see that the leca is dry, and if you remove some leca and you see that that's dry as well, considering that the plant has the roots close to the top, you will water a bit around the leca, around the plant. Sorry, I should quit. Yeah, so you should water a bit around the plant till a bit of water is coming out from the reservoir into the reservoir. Yeah, I should definitely quit. Into the reservoir, and leave it like that. Do not put that much water reservoir. It will not help. It will rotten the roots. And I will show you my other codex plants, right, if I can get to them, because you know me, prepared, always prepared. I'll take the small one because the other one, it's on a stick. She's on a stick. Oh, look at this. She came to me, I don't know, January, February. This is the name of the plant. And she didn't have any leaves. The other one grew up a lot more than this one. But this grew up a bit as well. So I'm happy. I'm happy with it. The same with this one. If I lift, look, see the roots, see the water, it's no water in there, and I will still not water this plant because the leca on top, it's still a bit damp. So probably I will leave it for another, I don't know when I remember, probably. So because they are really tolerant, so they don't mind. So when I will water, I will just put around a bit. Okay, let's do it now. Let's do it now, because after that I will forget. So I will take my water with nutrients and do this. That's it. And if you see on the bottom of the pot, that's the water that is there, and that's enough for most of the plants. Believe me. If you don't believe me, try it for yourself. For other plants, and I will give another example because I can. Alright. This is big and heavy. I don't know. Right. Should move this chindapsus. This one, it's a Persian shield. It's gorgeous. He's gorgeous when he's in full sun. This one, for example, I will water him a lot when he's droopy. Oop. And I almost dropped the camera because, yeah, why not? So, he has a bit of water on the bottom, but not too much. And I will leave him like that until he's droopy. When I see he's starting to be really droopy, I will actually fill all this. But why? Because I've watched this plant and I've seen that he likes it like that. So if I fill all this reservoir, and it's a pretty big reservoir, it's half of the pot almost, see? And has not too much water now, but it's usually full. This whole reservoir is full of water when he's droopy. But because I've watched the plant, I've seen that this is what he wants. This is what he likes. So you need to watch your plants. I could give you thousands and thousands of examples and mumbling and rumbling here the whole day. But in the end, what do you need to know the most is watch your damn plants. If you see something it's wrong with the plant, if it's droopy like that and the leca it's dry, well, the plant will need some water. And that's simple. Don't go and fill your water reservoir with 1/3 of the way because someone else told you that. And look, my golden, I'm just giving you examples, guys, because I've seen so many of you that are putting more than half of the reservoir of water or 1/3 because, well, I don't know, someone told you that. My golden, which one is this one? Golden dragon philodendron, something like that. Do you see any water here? No. The leca, it's still damp inside. It's still damp. It's wet on the top. So if it's wet on the top, on the bottom it's even more wet. So, and you have the root down at the bottom. If I think they came out. Yeah, they are out. So please stop putting 1/3 of the reservoir, because I don't know whoever told you to do that, because it's not the right way to go. And if the pot is pretty big, consider that the leca at the bottom could dry in 2 or 3 weeks. So if you really want to water your plants, just do this. Just do this. That's it. If you feel like the plant doesn't have enough nutrients, or some of the nutrients went out from the water because the water evaporates and some nutrients are going through the new growth, some nutrients are going into the air, and so on and so forth. So if you really want to do this, don't go there with a 1 liter canister in a tiny pot and put half of the pot of reservoir, because that will not work for most of the plants. All right, I think that should be enough. I need some water now. So, guys, if you have any questions, again, I know you do have a lot of questions, because I know. But if you have more questions, please put them down below in this video. Like that, I will answer them, and maybe some other people will read them, and I don't know. I will not get 300 messages at Instagram anymore. That would be nice. Just 1 week of no messages. Well, yeah. So, okay, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, please subscribe. And see you guys in my next video. Bye.